A routine departure, seemingly like any other. The passengers were ready, the crew prepared, and the aircraft stood poised on the runway, awaiting its moment to soar into the sky. Little did anyone know, this flight would soon become etched in the annals of aviation history for the most tragic of reasons. It became a national tragedy, a stark reminder of the fragility of life and the unpredictable nature of fate. The event sent shockwaves across the nation, leaving an indelible mark on the collective psyche. On a Thursday now etched in India's memory, a day that began with the promise of new beginnings and journeys, quickly descended into despair and mourning. The date will forever be associated with loss and sorrow. An Air India Dreamliner lifted off from Ahmedabad, its powerful engines roaring as it accelerated down the runway, defying gravity and embarking on its intended course. Carrying hundreds of hopes, dreams, and aspirations, each passenger carried their own unique story, their own set of expectations for the journey ahead. Less than a minute into its ascent, as the aircraft gained altitude and began to navigate its path through the skies, disaster struck. The aircraft faltered and crashed, plummeting back to Earth with devastating force, leaving behind a scene of unimaginable destruction, leaving devastation in its wake. The impact was catastrophic, scattering debris across a wide area and extinguishing the lives of all those on board. Over 270 lives were lost in an instant, a staggering number that underscored the magnitude of the tragedy and the profound impact it would have on countless individuals, shattering families and extinguishing futures. The grief was palpable, as loved ones struggled to come to terms with the sudden and irreversible loss. The flight was a cross-section of society, a microcosm of the nation itself, representing the diverse tapestry of cultures, backgrounds, and experiences that make up India. Business travelers, students, eager to pursue their education and broaden their horizons, families, expatriates. Returning home or embarking on new adventures, each seat held a story, a unique narrative that was tragically cut short. The shock has given way to collective grief, a shared sense of sorrow that united the nation in mourning. As India and the world grapple with the scale of loss, recognizing the profound impact this tragedy has had on individuals, families, and communities across the globe. First responders rushed to the scene, braving the inferno and navigating the treacherous wreckage in a desperate attempt to save lives. But the tragedy was overwhelming, the scale of destruction far exceeding their capacity to provide immediate relief. The focus shifted from rescue to recovery, as the grim reality set in that there were no survivors to be found. As families endured agonizing uncertainty, clinging to the faintest glimmer of hope while bracing themselves for the worst possible news. Now, questions arise, demanding answers and seeking to understand the chain of events that led to this catastrophic outcome. How could a state-of-the-art aircraft crash so soon after takeoff? What went wrong in those critical moments? The investigation has begun, a meticulous and painstaking process aimed at uncovering the truth behind the tragedy. Seeking not blame, but truth, to understand the underlying causes and contributing factors that led to the crash. The goal to learn from this devastating event and implement measures to prevent similar tragedies in the future. To understand what happened in the cockpit, in the engines, and in the overall operation of the aircraft during those fateful moments, and prevent such a tragedy from ever happening again, ensuring the safety and well-being of all those who travel by air. The journey for answers is just beginning, a long and arduous process that will require patience, diligence, and unwavering commitment to the pursuit of truth. In the wake of any air disaster, when the dust settles and the initial shock subsides, the search invariably centers on two critical pieces of evidence, vital components that hold the key to unraveling the mystery of what occurred: the black boxes. These devices are not merely pieces of equipment, they are the silent guardians of truth, the recorders of a flight's most critical moments. Despite their somewhat misleading name, these bright orange flight recorders stand out vividly against the backdrop of wreckage and debris, making them easier to locate amidst the chaos. They are the silent witnesses to a flight's final moments, capturing crucial data and audio that can help investigators piece together the sequence of events leading up to a tragedy. Modern aircraft, such as the advanced Boeing 787, are equipped with two essential recording devices: the cockpit voice recorder, or CVR, and the flight data recorder, often referred to as the FDR. The cockpit voice recorder meticulously captures pilot conversations, documenting every word exchanged between the flight crew, along with any alarms, ambient sounds, and other crucial cockpit noises, offering invaluable insight into the crew's actions, their decision-making processes, and their overall awareness of the unfolding situation. Meanwhile, the flight data recorder diligently logs thousands of parameters, including altitude, airspeed, engine performance metrics, control surface positions, and a vast array of other critical flight instruments, providing a comprehensive and highly detailed technical narrative of the entire flight, from takeoff to landing, or in tragic cases, to the moment of impact. Built to withstand and survive extreme conditions, including intense heat, immense pressure, and violent impacts, these recorders are often the only intact and reliable sources of information available to investigators after a devastating crash. Therefore, locating them quickly becomes a top priority for investigators at the scene. In the unfortunate Ahmedabad tragedy, both sets of black boxes were successfully recovered within a matter of days, a crucial breakthrough that offered a glimmer of hope amidst the devastation. The wealth of data contained within them will be absolutely key to understanding the chain of events and determining exactly what went wrong during the flight's final moments. The focus of the investigation now turns to the painstaking process of unlocking the story that these devices hold, carefully analyzing every piece of information they contain. Ultimately, the path to finding answers and preventing future tragedies runs directly through the information contained within these vital black boxes. The recovered recorders are more than data. They're a blueprint of disaster. Enhanced airborne flight recorders on the 787 capture a wealth of information, allowing investigators to reconstruct the flight's final minute with precision. They'll analyze engine thrust, control inputs, and system warnings for signs of failure or error. The cockpit voice recorder adds human context, alarms, pilot discussions, and stress levels. Synchronizing both recordings creates a unified narrative, matching technical events to crew reactions. This process distinguishes cause from effect, revealing the sequence that led to the crash. Only by merging these perspectives can investigators see the full picture. The truth lies in the details these devices reveal. With the recorders secured, India's investigators face a pivotal choice: where to analyze the data. The readout process is highly specialized, requiring advanced equipment and expertise. Should the analysis happen in India or be sent to a world-class lab abroad? The decision weighs technical capability, security, and credibility. Domestic analysis offers control, but demands top-tier technology and expertise. Overseas labs may provide faster, more transparent results, but raise questions of sovereignty. The outcome will shape the pace and trust in the investigation. The Bureau must choose the path that ensures swift, accurate, and unimpeachable answers. Keeping the analysis in India is a matter of national pride and self-sufficiency. The AAIB's own lab demonstrates India's growing expertise in aviation safety. Domestic analysis streamlines logistics, secures sensitive data, and allows direct oversight. It's a statement of competence, but also puts India's capabilities under global scrutiny. Any shortcomings could challenge the investigation's credibility. The AAIB must be confident its facilities meet the highest standards. Choosing this path means the world will judge India's ability to deliver answers. Sending the recorders overseas is common in major air crash investigations. Labs like the US NTSB and France's BEA offer unmatched expertise and technology. International analysis enhances credibility, especially with global victims and a national carrier involved. Boeing's involvement makes US labs particularly relevant, ensuring seamless collaboration. This isn't an admission of inadequacy, but a strategic move for accuracy and transparency. The AAIB would still lead, with its representatives present throughout. International cooperation is a hallmark of aviation safety. The goal, the most reliable answers, accepted worldwide. In the wake of the crash, Air India moved quickly to address safety and operational concerns. The airline's chairman shared early details. Both engines had clean maintenance histories. Air India launched thorough inspections of its entire Dreamliner fleet, clearing 26 of 33 aircraft for service. These checks aim to restore confidence and catch any potential issues. Enhanced safety protocols have led to scheduled disruptions and reduced flights on several international routes. The airline temporarily cut wide-body flights by 15% to ensure safety. While inconvenient for travelers, these steps are necessary to prioritize safety above all. Air India's response is a visible commitment to passenger safety in a time of crisis. The response extends beyond Air India. India's aviation regulator, the DGCA, ordered precautionary checks on all similar aircraft nationwide. This mandate transforms voluntary checks into a compulsory safety standard. The DGCA oversees inspections, reviews findings, and clears aircraft for service, ensuring public trust. These actions don't imply a known defect, but are prudent safety measures. If a design flaw is found, regulators could mandate global changes to the 787 fleet. For now, the focus is on oversight and prevention. The regulators' vigilance is crucial to making the entire system safer. The Air India crash investigation is far more than just a technical exercise. It delves into the very heart of accountability and safety within the aviation industry. It's about understanding the intricate chain of events that led to this tragedy. It's a solemn promise, a sacred commitment made to the victims who perished and to their grieving families who deserve answers and closure. This investigation is a testament to our respect for their lives. Only a fair, impartial, thorough, and transparent investigation, one that leaves no stone unturned and examines every piece of evidence meticulously, can truly honor their loss and provide a sense of justice. It's also about learning from this tragedy and ensuring a safer future for all who take to the skies. For the families directly affected, clear and definitive answers offer a path towards healing and closure, and replace the agonizing uncertainty with the cold, hard facts of what occurred. The integrity of the investigation process is paramount. It maintains public trust and confidence in the safety and reliability of air travel. Every aircraft accident, no matter how devastating, teaches invaluable lessons that contribute to the continuous improvement of global aviation safety standards and practices. The decision regarding the black box analysis, specifically, must be solely guided by an unwavering pursuit of the truth, free from any external pressures or influences. This investigation transcends national borders. It is a global concern because a potential flaw identified in India's aviation system has far-reaching implications for aviation safety worldwide. The findings and recommendations that emerge from this investigation will inevitably shape and refine safety protocols and regulations across the globe. The legacy of those tragically lost in this crash must be a commitment to greater knowledge, enhanced safety measures, and ultimately, safer skies for everyone. The quest for answers, for understanding, and for preventing future tragedies is a shared responsibility that unites the global aviation community. We must see this investigation through to its conclusion, no matter how arduous, complex, or difficult the path ahead may be.